Rev up your engine! Today I'm going to talk about why the Toyota Matrix was such a great car. Now I have to say was because they stopped making them. Well, at least theoretically. They were originally made in Cambridge, Ontario. Canadians make very good cars. They ended up being the only place for a while in the world where they made Lexuses, except in Japan. That's how much the Japanese trusted the Canadians. They let them build their flagship Lexuses in Cambridge. They stopped making the Matrixes. Only look at what's out there now. And look at this Toyota Corolla hatchback that Toyota makes. The 2019 Corolla hatchback is just a modern version of that. Just look under the hood of this 2007 Toyota Matrix. It's got a Toyota Corolla 1.8 engine, a Toyota Corolla automatic transmission, Toyota Corolla disc brakes in the front, and Toyota Corolla drum brakes in the back. So basically back in 2007, they could have called this the Toyota Corolla hatchback, but they decided to call it the Matrix for some reason. As I said, what's in a name? Back in the day when they started making them, they called it a sport wagon. It wasn't as long as a regular wagon, but it was more set up for sport. It may not look it, but these things, not only are they quick, but they handle really well. When my wife drove this all the time to work before she got her Lexus, she said, I'm always driving really fast this thing. It just wants you to go fast. And as far as I'm concerned, this sport wagon was the best design one ever made. It's got tons of room inside. You take off the cover, and believe me, you want the cover, so people can't see inside your trunk and then break your window to steal what's inside it. This didn't come with one. The previous owner had lost it, so I had to buy this online. But it's worth having. Then you pop the seats back and you got tons of cargo room. Now they don't go all the way back here because I got the front seats back. If you move the front seats up, they go the whole way flat down. Brought all kinds of big screen TVs home, lumber, you name it. You can haul a lot of stuff with one of these things. And it's got tons of hidden compartments. Look at this. All kinds of room for putting tools and stuff, so you can have all your junk down there. When you move those seats forward and have it all flat, there's actually plenty of room for sleeping. We took it out once we were camping. It's pouring rain while the heck was getting soaked in a stupid tent. We just put those down and slept in the Matrix. And as I said, they're very zippy cars. They're fun to drive. This 4-cylinder engine, a modified version of it, is in the Baby Lotus, the English sports car. They soup them up to put out more horsepower, but it's the same basic engine they start with. And dependability is the key. I've seen these things, 400,000 miles, original engine, original transmission, and they're still running good. Now a lot of them did have a couple of recalls. That stupid Takata airbag system, this particular one is still under recall. They keep sending us letters. I'm not letting those guys at Toyota touch my car. And some of the early ones had a recall for the ECM, the main computer. I had one customer who had to get it replaced free, but it didn't cost anything. The car died, she towed it over here. I saw it was wrong, and I said, oh, Toyota fixes that for free. So we called the Toyota dealer. They came and picked it up for free, put a computer in, and away you went, and that was 11 years ago, and it's still running strong. Now, truth be told, they can be a tad ugly. These cool lenses, I bought from some Chinese company on eBay for 65 bucks a piece. They just bolt off and bolt on. You can easily do something like that yourself. Same thing with the back. The original ones are pretty ugly. So I got these things for like 55 bucks a piece. There's many advantages of being pretty much a Toyota Corolla with a lot of interchangeable parts. There's all kinds of aftermarket parts that you can get really good prices on that work perfectly fine. Now being a Matrix and not a Toyota Corolla exactly, it does have a sportier suspension. You can see the big rear spring assisted shock in the back. The suspension on these are beefier than the Corollas. Being a motorcycle rider myself, I tend more towards speed and handling than comfort. One must say in these Matrixes, they do have a relatively rough ride. Every time we go on a trip somewhere, it's the Lexus that we take because it rides like a magic carpet ride. You can actually corner a lot faster in the Matrix than you can in the Lexus. You want a sport Wagon, as far as I'm concerned, this is the one to buy. Heck, my old 94 Celica with 240,000 miles. It's the same basic 4-speed transmission on it. It's got 240,000 miles. Still shifts like a dream. But if you want more zippiness, hey, get a Matrix that's got a standard transmission. They are insanely fast then. And if you really want some speed, get a standard transmission one and put a turbocharged kit. They make bolt-on turbocharged kits for these things. Now, the new version, the 2019 Toyota Corolla hatchback, which is basically just a modern Matrix, it's only available with a non-turbocharged engine. Toyota decided they wanted reliability, engines that didn't burn oil. They didn't want to get in that same fix that Honda did with their CR-Vs, an oil dilution problem because of the turbocharged GDI engine. Toyota's conservative when it comes to building a lot of their vehicles. They don't want to make a mistake and get their customers mad at them. They want reliability above all. And when you go inside, it's a pretty well-designed cockpit, nice steering wheel, and they have really comfortable seats with good lumbar support for your lower back. You can drive these things hours and hours with no fatigue. Now, I do have to say that the radio was a piece of crap that it came with. I put in one of these Android systems, and hey, it works fantastic. It just fit right in the hole. Although it came with a crappy radio CD player, the speakers are excellent. This thing's 10 years old. And when I put the Android system in, I wanted to see how it worked, and I thought, okay, now I'll change the speakers out. But when I put in that Android system, the sound coming out of it was so good, I didn't even touch the speakers. The speakers were actually excellent speakers. It was just the radio CD player that was crappy. So now you know why I think the Toyota Matrix was one of the best vehicles ever made for solid, reliable, fun transportation that you can carry a lot of stuff around with too. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.